May 11, 2025. Daily Bread. Passage: Genesis chapter 31 verse 1 to 30. Key verse. Verse 3. Title: The Lord sends Jacob back to the land. Now Jacob heard that the sons of Laban were saying, Jacob has taken all that was our father's, and from what was our father's he has gained all this wealth. And Jacob saw that Laban did not regard him with favor as before. Then the Lord said to Jacob, Return to the land of your fathers and to your kindred, and I will be with you. So Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah into the field where his flock was, and said to them, I see that your father does not regard me with favor as he did before. But the God of my father has been with me. You know that I have served your father with all my strength. Yet your father has cheated me and changed my wages 10 times. But God did not permit him to harm me. If he said, The spotted shall be your wages, then all the flock bore spotted, and if he said, The striped shall be your wages, then all the flock bore striped. Thus God has taken away the livestock of your father and given them to me. In the breeding season of the flock I lifted up my eyes and saw in a dream that the goats that mated with the flock were striped, spotted, and mottled. Then the angel of God said to me in the dream, Jacob, and I said, Here I am. And he said, Lift up your eyes and see, all the goats that mate with the flock are striped, spotted, and mottled, for I have seen all that Laban is doing to you. I am the God of Bethel, where you anointed a pillar and made a vow to me. Now arise, go out from this land and return to the land of your kindred. Then Rachel and Leah answered and said to him, Is there any portion or inheritance left to us in our father's house? Are we not regarded by him as foreigners? For he has sold us, and he has indeed devoured our money. All the wealth that God has taken away from our father belongs to us and to our children. Now then, whatever God has said to you, do. So Jacob arose and set his sons and his wives on camels. He drove away all his livestock, all his property that he had gained, the livestock in his possession that he had acquired in Paddan Aram, to go to the land of Canaan to his father Isaac. Laban had gone to shear his sheep, and Rachel stole her father's household gods. And Jacob tricked Laban the Aramean, by not telling him that he intended to flee. He fled with all that he had and arose and crossed the Euphrates, and set his face toward the hill country of Gilead. When it was told Laban on the 3rd day that Jacob had fled, he took his kinsman with him and pursued him for 7 days and followed close after him into the hill country of Gilead. But God came to Laban the Aramean in a dream by night and said to him, Be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad. And Laban overtook Jacob. Now Jacob had pitched his tent in the hill country, and Laban with his kinsmen pitched tents in the hill country of Gilead. And Laban said to Jacob, What have you done, that you have tricked me and driven away my daughters like captives of the sword? Why did you flee secretly and trick me, and did not tell me, so that I might have sent you away with mirth and songs, with tambourine and lyre? And why did you not permit me to kiss my sons and my daughters farewell? Now you have done foolishly. It is in my power to do you harm. But the God of your father spoke to me last night, saying, Be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad. And now you have gone away because you longed greatly for your father's house, but why did you steal my gods? Daily Bread Message. When Laban and his sons turned against Jacob, God intervened, giving Jacob direction. Calling his wives, Jacob shares his testimony, revealing a deep awareness of God's faithfulness to him all this time. Jacob hadn't sought God, but God was with Jacob the decades he spent in Harran, as God promised. Jacob did as he wanted or as Laban told him. Now it was time to obey God. Rachel and Leah, although rivals, are united in siding with Jacob. They fully support his decision to yield to God's direction for their family. Family unity is found in submission to God's direction. Jacob obeys God and flees Laban, even though it required deception and running away. Laban pursues Jacob but is confronted by God. When he overtakes Jacob, he expresses his full displeasure, as well as his powerful position of being able to harm them. What prevented it? The God of your father spoke. As Laban asks about his household gods, secretly stolen by Rachel, God is exalted among them. No idol is able to counter God's purposes, and are nothing more than saddle cushions. Likewise, the Labans in our lives, who seem inescapable, have no power before our living God, who is with us. Prayer. Father, you are always proving your faithfulness and power. Help me reflect on this in my life and decide to obey your direction today. One word. United in following God.